friends.
Hello, everyone,
Welcome,
to
Spiced.
Chaos! Woo!
Yay!
And happy Monday to everybody out there in Spiced Chaos Land.
Yes, happy Monday.
Yay! Over there is Caitlin from Creating in Chaos.
And over here is Leanne from SpicedPlans.
That's me, Leanne from SpicedPlans. So, you guys, we are seriously flying by the seat of our pants today because we were supposed to have a guest host and something came up, and now it's just the two of us, which is great because we
Yeah.
love being here, just the two of us. But so we're
But it
kind of like,
was, and it was like just to like give them a little like reprieve. It was like a kind of a serious thing. So it's not like they just like dipped out and like gave us the two fingers and said peace.
no, like they're
Yeah.
totally coming back. We just have rescheduled the recording. But the show must go on, you guys. Like, we're still going to bring you Spiced Chaos, whether we have a guest or not, because that's what we do.
And it's gonna be fun to just
So,
be the two of us again. I love it when we get to chat.
yeah, and we haven't chatted in a while because things have
Right?
been so busy ever since we had Heather on. And you guys, we literally just kind of text all day, but we never get to have like a real conversation. So you guys just
True.
get to listen to us have a real conversation today. So, hi,
Yay.
Caitlin. It's so nice to chat with you.
Oh, it's nice to chat with you too, babe.
So, how was your week?
My week, let's see. My week has been pretty mellow. I really haven't done very much.
Did you go to the fig factory or whatever?
We did go to Fig Fest. Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I took some much needed one-on-one time and I sent Brian and Harrison to Fig Fest.
Oh, so some of you went to Fig Fest and some
Yes.
of you stayed home.
Yes, but it was also Harrison's birthday on Sunday, and so we kind of let him decide what he wanted to do because we're not having his party till I think it's the 6th. So we let him decide what he wanted to do, and we baked cupcakes and we watched Rio. If you guys are familiar with the Disney flick,
Oh, cute.
yeah, so it was fun. It was mellow. It was nice. How about
Oh,
you?
well, no, that's good. So you guys didn't go to Fig Festival? No
Brian
one went.
Harrison went. Yeah, Brian.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So the two of them went, and then you stayed home with Delilah.
Yep, and we baked the cupcakes while the boys were gone.
Oh, that is so fun. What a fun day.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I'm
what
super glad that he had a happy birthday, and I know that he'll have a great party because you've already told me that you guys do birthdays right.
do.
So,
And we're doing a joint birthday party with our neighbors. So there's three little boys in our neighborhood who are all around the same age with birthdays like 2 weeks from each other. And so we're doing a block party where we close off our block and then we're putting a bounce house and like a balloon person and like all this stuff outside for the little boys.
wow. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I wish it was my birthday and I was
It'll
up
be so
there.
fun.
So, my week's been pretty good. We have definitely been experiencing some residual highs from talking to Heather Kell.
Right?
And, I was actually driving today. I was sitting in the carpool line. So I guess I wasn't driving, but I was just sitting in the carpool line and I was like, how is it possible that it's been an entire week since we talked to Heather Kell? Like, where did the week go? How could it go so fast?
Right? Because there was a lot of build up to that. Like, I feel like it was kind of like when you're a kid and you're waiting for Santa Claus to show up. Like, you're
Yes.
just like so excited. And the night before, you can't sleep. But then, like, you kind of come down off of that adrenaline. And it was just so fun to talk to her. She was so lovely. She was just like sitting around chatting with a girlfriend. I love it.
Yeah, and it definitely helped for me to have, been doing all of the chatting with her in preparation for the show.
Hmm.
And just so that everyone knows, it's not like I am always going to be doing all of the guest prep because there are some guests that Caitlin has a different relationship with than I do. So, like our next guest, I would say that we're both pretty close with. Do we want
Hmm.
to go ahead and let's just go ahead and say like
Yeah,
the
let's go
next.
ahead and plug her. Go ahead. You can.
Yeah. Okay. So our next guest is Renee B. Creates.
Oh, she's fracking amazing.
Yes, she's awesome. And she is not who we were supposed to have today. That was someone else, and we will
Hmm.
reveal that later. Um, but I would definitely say that she is one of our just like friends.
Yes. Yeah, I think that she and I refer to each other as planner besties because we just
Yes.
get
Oh,
each
for
other.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for her to guest host. This is just our friend. Like I may feel a little bit more relaxed or a little bit more. It's really not going to matter so much if I'm cleaning up dog poop. You know
Oh,
what I mean? Like it's just
that was the best. How is your
I,
dog feeling, by the way? Not to like cut
oh
off about
oh
Renee.
no, she's totally fine. She's fine. Um, she seems to have kind of a weak stomach.
Oh, poor babe.
Yeah, I know. And our other dog has like an iron stomach. Like she can go out and eat like a whole bird and never have like any kind of digestive issues. So to have this puppy that, we change like one pebble of food and she's like spewing it's just so
The visual
I
is the best.
know. It's just very different for us to have this dog that has this like kind of nervous stomach or something. So, and she's going to be a huge dog. She's a lab.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that like comes with the territory or what, but anyway, we are super excited to have Renee, and all we have talked about, she and I, in our DMs for like the last 2 weeks is, oh my God, I'm so excited for you to be on the show, and just,
Oh, I'm so glad she's excited. She
I
did say she
know.
was nervous a little bit though, and so I can feel that because podcasting is really different even for me, like because I've been on YouTube for a long time, but podcasting is really different and you're kind of on the spot and you kind of got to keep the conversation moving. So I can relate to that, but I hope that it'll be just another girlfriend chat like we're all just chilling with our planners.
Yeah, and Heather did mention when I was like, this is such a big deal that I'm cleaning up poop right before I talked to Heather Kell, and she was like, no, I'm not a big deal. It's not. And one of the things that she told me while we were chatting, just the two of us in our DMs, is that sometimes she feels a little bit lonely because people are afraid to approach her.
Yeah, I
And
actually can relate to that too. Not that I'm anywhere close to Heather Kell or anything, but I can relate to that too. Like I get a lot of people who will, they say they fangirl over me, and I feel like that's weird because like I've got like crap all over my house and dishes in my sink, and like my toddler punches me in the face, just like just like many of you guys.
yeah,
So
yeah, and when she was talking about her craft room or her office or whatever being a mess, I was like, you know what? It probably is. Like she's just she probably has planner pages everywhere just like we do. I mean,
exactly.
it was so great to just like kind of talk to her on like a very real level. And,
Hmm.
to hear her or to have her say, sometimes I feel lonely because people don't want to approach me. Um, Caitlin, you know me, like I will approach anyone. Like I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
Like I'm sliding up and down everybody's DMs. Like I've been DMing like Reese Witherspoon, and like I mean like I will
Oh,
DM
I
anyone.
heard Queen talking about you sliding all over everybody every time.
I
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
I know. I'm so scandalous, but yeah, I really don't mind like getting in and out of people's DMs, and I wasn't
That
afraid
you
to
don't.
approach. I wasn't afraid to approach Heather. But then there was that like build up before we did the recording where I was like, oh my God, I spent the whole day like, oh, this is crazy. And I felt that way about our guest today. Like I was kind of,
Yeah, because she's a big deal. She's kind of a big deal.
she is. And but I'm not gonna lie, I bet you the day that we have a chat with Renee, I'm gonna feel that way too. So just
Yeah,
anytime that we're recording, there's a little bit of like an adrenaline buzz, and
yeah, totally.
it's just a fun thing to do. So oh, but
Right.
anyway,
Let's see. All right. So we talked about our week. Let's see. Should we go on to tales from teaching?
yeah, guys, we're thinking about maybe having like a new segment on the show where we each get a chance to like kind of maybe vent. I don't know if vent is the right word because you've got like some happy stuff to talk about today,
Yeah,
but
totally. Or be like excited about it.
yeah, or something exciting. Um, but since we are both teachers, we're gonna have kind of similar experiences, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought that tales from teaching.
Yeah, so we're adding that in
Woo!
for all of you who would like to live vicariously through teachers.
So yeah, we thought that people have a tendency to think that they know exactly what our jobs are like because they've been in school before.
Right.
Have you ever noticed that?
Yes,
Like
exactly. Or like
every
they envision us as like what their teachers were like. I guess that's kind of where you were going with that.
Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like that even my husband is somewhat guilty of this, that because he was in high school at some point, he thinks that he knows exactly what my days are like because I'm a high school teacher.
Right.
And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like from the student perspective, it is so very different than there are days, Caitlin, when I'm teaching and I just think, God, I wish I was sitting in their seat instead of mine.
Sometimes, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
I have found, I don't know if it's like the nature of my particular job or what, but I found a lot of peace. Maybe it's because I get to teach in my pajamas, but being in the online environment, I have found a lot of like reconnection and excitement again from education.
So what is your tales from teaching for today? Do you have anything cool that you want to tell us? I know that you're kind of on cloud nine right now with your
Yeah,
job. So
yeah. And if you guys are new listeners or you're not familiar with me as an educator, I taught for several years in a brick and mortar school, so face to face with school with kids in an alternative education program. So I worked with kids who were pretty high needs for a while, and now I work in a virtual school or a K-12 program, but I work with seventh and eighth graders. So we're all online, which means I get to work from home. And I am working with middle schoolers this year, and last year I was with high school. So I am really vibing with my middle school kids, especially my avid elective kids. They are so sweet. There's only like 4 or 5 of them who are like my regulars who come to we call them live lessons, so our classroom sessions. And we just get to talk, and they're really like interactive, and they're really vibing with all of the content, and they're really connecting with each other. And it's really cool just to see the avid process at work. And I'm feeling really connected to them this year, and just like they're just like my little babies. I'm so excited about it right now.
so middle school's not so bad.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I could do it though in brick and mortar. I do not think I could do middle school classroom management without being able to just like close a chat box. Because when they get chatty in that chat box, I'm just like, okay, sorry. You guys don't get to talk anymore.
Okay, so the year that I taught ninth grade for 1 year,
Mhm.
and I have to say there are some school districts that consider ninth grade to be middle school.
Mhm.
So I don't want to say I've taught middle school, but at my high school we have a ninth grade, and I was the ninth grade English teacher for a while. Not the only one, but I was a ninth grade English teacher.
Mhm.
And I have to say that I learned more that year about classroom management
Right.
than I ever had in the years where I was teaching juniors and seniors, because there's just a maturity level. There's something that happens between ninth grade and junior year where they learn how to sit in a seat.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. I
you
totally
know,
agree.
the strategies that I needed to employ in my ninth grade classroom. I mean, it was like a huge learning experience for me because I went straight from teaching 12th to ninth.
Wow. Yeah, that's a big jump. That's like teaching
Yeah.
adults to like teaching babies.
Yes, very much so. So I don't have any experience with like sixth, seventh, and eighth graders. I don't
They're
really know.
adorable. They're freaking adorable. And I get to be kind of like my goofy, nerdy self even more. Like I get to kind of let that out because they're all goofy and they're kind of wild. And they really like it when I make like crazy jokes. Like I had a student today in live lesson, and she typed in the chat box that she lost a tooth. Like they're still kind of little babies, you
Oh
know?
my gosh, that is
I
so
know.
cute. She lost a tooth.
I
I didn't
know.
realize that they were still losing teeth when they were in middle school.
Me either. My sixth grader is done losing teeth, my own kid. Um, but it was just really cute, and just little things like that. And like we get to see our kids face to face a couple of times a year. So on field trips, and we have a face to face open house and stuff. And so I was plugging the open house, and they're all like, I'm going to come see you at the Avid booth. And they're all like excited. They're like my little
Oh,
fan club. So it's really cute right now. They're really adorable.
oh, that is so great. That is just, and everybody already knows that I'm a little bit envious that you get to stay home and that you get to work from home. And you've mentioned more than once that I could totally do
You
your
could.
job. And,
You could. There
if
is a corrections academy in North Carolina.
yeah, if I put a little bit of elbow grease into it and like got outside of my comfort zone, I could probably figure out how to land myself an at-home teaching job too. Right now I am in like I have got the best schedule ever. I mean, the fact that I teach film and creative writing and no core classes this year is just it just is so it's so cool, and my days are so interesting. But I guess my tales from teaching.
Yeah, what is going on? Do we need a drink for this? Like,
So I feel like I'm gonna need a drink like all year, and here's
oh
why.
no.
No. It's because my teaching license is up for renewal this year.
Oh no, that was me last year. I feel
Yes,
you.
and for those of you who don't know, every 5 years we have to renew our license.
Oh, 5?
And
In Oregon, it's 3.
oh my gosh, that sucks.
Right.
No, it's 5. Like I knew 5 years ago that this was coming, but I was still just like, ugh. So, you know, basically what it means is we have to have a certain amount of professional development and we have to have a certain amount of observations. And the observations have to be like full 45-minute observations, like
Oh.
the big kahuna. Okay, this is like the big deal.
Mhm.
And I have not had a full 45-minute observation in 5 years. Like all they have done for the past 5 years is come into the room for 20 minutes twice a year and just kind of looked around.
Right. Yeah, wrote some notes.
Yes, and they obviously trust me. You know, my growth has been good. They trust me enough to give me these really awesome fun classes for a year. I don't know how long I'm going to have this particular situation, but I'm going to enjoy it this year.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing about it is that I don't know at this point teaching these electives, I don't know what is expected of me when an administrator comes in
Mm-hmm.
because when I'm teaching a film class and we're watching a film,
Right.
in the past, it's always been if an administrator comes in and you're watching a movie, then you're in trouble.
Right, exactly.
But my class is film. So, you know, they've been coming in, this one particular administrator who I really love. Like him coming into my room is not a problem whatsoever. I actually really like and respect him very much.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, you know, I feel very at home when he's in my room. I don't feel like that he's there to like catch me doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing or whatever. I
Right.
know that he is there to genuinely better me as a teacher. But at the same time, there is this side of me that is kind of like, oh my gosh, we're watching a movie and there's an administrator sitting in here. What am I supposed to be doing?
Exactly. Yeah. I might even ask them, like, can you approach them before that and be like, so these are my classes. They write and they watch movies. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah. So, you know, one of the things that he mentioned and what they do before they do a full observation on you is they do what's called a walkthrough. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you, does your administration like pop into your online
Yes.
stuff and,
Yeah, we do a
okay.
full like interview and stuff before. Hmm.
Okay. So basically they pop into the room for like 5 minutes, maybe 3 or 4 times before they do the big formal observation so that they can like make sure that all the things that they need to be looking for that they get the chance to see it.
Hmm.
So they can get a better picture of what the class looks like if they've been in and out a lot,
Yeah.
which is totally fine. Like they can come to my room whenever they want to because I'm definitely not one of those people that's doing stuff I'm not supposed to be doing.
Right. Uh-huh.
And I'm guessing that maybe there are people in my building that are doing things that they're not supposed to be doing because the way that our administration makes it sound is like, you know, they're doing these walkthroughs all week long and they're not catching people. I don't want to say it like that, but in a staff meeting, they'll say, okay, guys, you don't need to be doing this in your class. And I'm just like, who is doing whatever that,
Right.
like whatever that is? I mean, you know, if you're teaching a history class, why are you showing The Hangover? Like that is just not, you know, that's not something that is on the history curriculum. So, you know,
Exactly.
I guess my tales from teaching right now is just that I have a lot of visitors coming into my classroom and I'm teaching things that I'm not really sure how to show them that I'm doing my job.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
tough.
it is tough because I'm killing it at this job for it. I mean, I know that sounds, I'm not, you know what, I'm gonna toot my own horn.
Yeah, toot it.
Okay.
Toot
I
away.
am,
Toot, toot,
yes,
toot.
toot, toot, toot. I am super on top of things. I am super organized. I am way planned. I am planned for like the next 4 weeks. I mean, I'm planned all the way down to like the questions that I'm going to ask them after each film is over, the big
I
the
think it's
big,
overarching. Yeah.
yeah, the big critical thinking question that I ask them for every film. I've got them all written out. I mean, I have all of October completely planned in my planner. Like, I am on
Of
top of
course you
this.
do. Of course
So,
you
of
planner
course
ready
I
to
do.
go.
I am a planner. So, and I feel so much better and I sleep so much better knowing every day, like, here's what we're going to be doing. So I don't have to, feel like I'm flying by the seat of my pants. And I
Exactly. Yeah.
am teaching a class this year that I've never taught before. I've never taught creative writing.
That's
So,
so fun though. Like that's
yeah.
like I think that's every English teacher's like dream class.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm really having a good time developing these assignments. But,
Mhm.
the kind of feedback that I'm getting are things like, well, maybe while they're watching the film, they should have a sheet of questions to answer.
Interesting.
Um,
Or maybe
or
taking Cornell notes or something.
Cornell notes. Maybe we should be employing our Avid skills.
Mhm.
So, one of the things that's difficult for me is these kids that take my film class are like 11th and 12th graders. And
Oh, gotcha.
they
Okay.
have, yes, they have been in English classes since they were, little teeny babies. Like they have been doing reading comprehension since they were in kindergarten. So the kinds
Right.
of questions that I ask them when a film is over, they have, the way it's kind of structured is they have a journal that they have to keep. And after every film, there's a series of content questions that they will
Mhm.
answer. And they're super basic questions. I mean, so for Groundhog Day, I ask something like, what kind of ice cream did he give Rita? I mean, like,
Yeah,
it's,
exactly.
yes, not critical thinking. This is just, it's basically viewing comprehension. Were you in the room during the film? And they keep that stuff in their notebooks. And then every couple of weeks, I take up their notebooks and make sure that they're answering the questions and that they're all kind of. So he asked a girl the other day, he was sitting next to her, he was sitting next to one of my students, this administrator that's doing this walkthrough. And he asked her while they were answering these journal questions, do you guys have a rubric for this?
Oh. Huh.
And, I'm like, no, they don't have a rubric for this. This is just reading
Exactly.
comprehension. Like, this is not an essay. This is not a formal grade. They don't need a 1, 2, 3, 4 rubric to go
Exactly.
to go with these journal questions. But at the same time, I was hoping that I had trained my students well enough to just say yes to those kinds of questions.
Yeah, right? Oh my god.
But she said, no, we don't have a rubric. So in the
You
walkthrough
stinker.
feedback, he was like,
And you're
maybe.
getting an F now.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, so you are no longer in this class. You are super fired. Um, but
Just kidding. Just kidding. If anybody is out there, teachers cannot give grades like that.
oh my
Like,
gosh, I would
don't
never
come for
do
me.
that.
Don't come for
No,
my teaching license.
no, I adore this girl. I taught her in English last year, and she is precious. This has nothing to do with her. But she told the truth. I have not given them a rubric to go with these journal questions. But I didn't really feel like I had to. But then he mentioned in the feedback form, have they seen an example of how these questions are supposed to be answered? So, rubric or not, I don't disagree with that feedback.
I
I
think
probably should give them examples of how I want the questions answered. What do they call it? An exemplar.
exactly. Or just like what do they call that? Scaffolding. Like you do it.
Modeling.
Yeah, modeling.
So, at the same time, I want to say to him, these are very basic questions. This is not that serious. I, haven't modeled or scaffolded or exemplared just
Yeah.
because I felt like that they already knew how to answer the questions. But he's not wrong,
Yeah.
you
And that is
know.
an avid strategy.
Yeah. So, it would not hurt them for us to go over the questions together and me to kind of show them how I would like for them to answer these questions. So, I definitely agree with his feedback, but I am feeling a little bit every day kind of like I need a drink.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even 12th grade students, like, man, I do not know how you do that. Those seniors, man, they are just like, I can't. I can't with seniors.
Well, they are all like 1 foot out the door.
Exactly. That's the thing that I don't like. Like, I feel like I taught 10th grade last year and they were pretty good because they're still like in it. They're still like, okay, I have to plan for this. I have to do this to prep for graduation. I still need to take my SATs or figure out what my job is going to be or whatever. So, I don't know. I can't do 12th graders. I can't.
Yeah, well, I agree with you because I've always found that junior year is kind of the best one to teach
Mm.
because that's the year that they realize that their GPA matters.
Exactly. They like wake up a little bit. They're like, oh, wait, I am here.
They're
Hi.
like, oh my gosh, next year I have to apply for college. I've been sitting on my hands this entire, experience. And now all of a sudden I've got to take, I've seen juniors like load themselves up with AP classes and they've never taken an AP class
Right?
before,
Part of
because,
that is avid. If those are avid kids, that's part of it.
yeah, because all of a sudden they're just like, oh my gosh, like this stuff matters. And
Exactly.
but no, I like the ages. And right now I have in some of my classes I've got 9 through 12 in some of
Oh,
my
dang.
classes. Yeah, so I've got some cute little ninth graders, and then I've got
Oh,
some 12th graders. I've got all the way, like it runs the whole gamut of ages.
yeah.
But it is so far like, it is so far looking like it's going to be a pretty good year, but I have informed my students that this is my renewal year and that the administration is going to be in a lot. And
Right.
that from now on, if they're asked, do you have a rubric? The answer is always yes.
Oh, no.
I know. So I'm going to make sure that with every single assignment that I give my kids from now on, that they have a rubric so that they're not
Right.
lying. I don't want them lying to the administration.
Exactly. Totally. Yeah, that's the thing.
But I just, I, I am I am more aware right now of my teaching style than I've ever been because I am so kind of under the radar in a way that I haven't been before.
Hmm.
So how are you evaluated in online school?
It's the same as any other brick and mortar school. We still are held to Oregon State standards if you're teaching a content area class. And then you do still get a formal evaluation and you set goals and all of that kind of stuff. It's the exact same as everybody else.
Okay, so they just can't walk into a real classroom because there's
Exactly.
not a real class.
Yeah, they
Okay,
would
okay.
just because so our admins have their own like logins for like I mentioned before our live lesson classrooms, which are basically like a I don't know, like a online meeting room if you've ever been in like a Google Hangouts or like a Zoom room or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so it's like that, similar. And then so they would just pop in and then they would hang out and then or we would have our meeting first, then they would pop in and then we have the meeting afterwards. So
Okay, well that's cool. And I obviously wasn't trying to imply that you guys were not evaluated. I
oh
just
no, it's a good question because a lot of people are wonder about how a lot of different things work. Like I, as an avid teacher, people are like, well, how do you do a tutorial group in there? Like it's
Oh yeah.
yeah, it takes a lot of creative, and they ask like, how do you give them a binder? That kind of thing. So we have to be really creative, but it is really cool to work with a lot of digital tools. Like when we had Heather on, she was talking about those digital tools, and I was like, yes.
Yeah. So does your particular school have like a Heather's job, a
We
techno te
we
why can I not
don't
make words? Technology
because
specialist.
all of our tech folks actually work for Pearson, so they actually support our charter. So Connections Academy is, as a brand, is technically owned by the Pearson like textbook company. Um, but we are a public charter school. We're not private. We don't get any private funding, anything like that. So they actually do on their end as a company, they do all of the tech stuff and then they provide it to us.
Oh, okay. So well that's handy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So um yeah, I don't know if any of this stuff is interesting to people who are not teachers, but
I
just
could talk about
know,
teaching all day, I feel like, with others.
yeah, just know that Spiced Plans is stressed out this year and is doing the best that she can to keep her head above water with all of my social media ventures and my actual, 9 to 5 job that is very important to me.
So do you have to get an evaluation as part of your license renewal? Like, are they tied together?
Yes, basically, so the way it works is when you're in a non-renewal year, they are required to observe you twice.
Interesting.
And both observations are unannounced. They
Mm-hmm.
don't tell you when they're coming and they don't tell you anything about it. And they only come in for 20 minutes. They're just quick 20-minute observations.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's a renewal year, they are required to observe you 3 times for 45 minutes each. And one
Oh,
of those,
three.
yes. And
Dang.
yeah. And one of those is announced. So you know exactly when they're coming. So you can prepare like a whole dog and pony show if you want to.
Yeah.
And then the other two are unannounced.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so they come in and they don't tell you that they're coming. But normally we have kind of an idea that it's observation season.
Yeah.
So,
So
but
you
and
pull out all your
also,
tools. You pull out all your
no,
teacher tools.
I don't have anything fancy that
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I at this point, as long as I've been doing this, I am not as stressed out about observations as I used to be. I just really want to do a good job, you know?
Totally. Yeah.
Like, I really want for them to come in and say, you are valuable here.
Yeah. I hear that for sure.
So I'm not really nervous that they're going to kick me out. I just want to hear that I'm doing something right.
Mhm.
And that's tricky with these new classes because I don't really know what they're looking for. So I
Right.
have
You
a
don't have
meeting,
standards to work on.
right? And the standards, they're not like state standards, like in an English class. Like
Exactly.
I am the one who designed the curriculum, so I
Right.
decide when a student has mastered something, or I decide what they need to learn,
Mhm.
which is
Totally.
awesome. I mean, that's super awesome to be given that kind of power. Yeah,
Mhm.
like
Right, but
you
also terrifying.
yeah, it's very scary. But I have a meeting tomorrow with this administrator that's been doing my walkthroughs, and we're going to chat for a little while before he comes to do the formal observation. And
Oh,
I'm
dang.
going to find out, exactly what it is that he's expecting of me this year and just everything. And he's real easy to talk to, and
That's
we get
good.
along really well. So I'm not nervous about the meeting at all. I
Mhm.
I actually, after the last time that he walked through, I actually emailed him and said, "Hey, we really need to chat because I want to make sure that I'm on the right page."
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Well, for
man,
our licenses, we don't have to have an eval that's tied to our license renewal. We just have to turn in, I think it's 75 PDUs and like our license fee, and that's it.
and see, we don't have a license fee. Like ours just gets done.
Oh yeah, ours is $290 every 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's a real kick in
gosh.
the pants for a teacher salary. It's real
That
great.
is, that
Thanks.
is,
Yeah,
you've got some politicians that need to work on that.
they really do. Teachers Standards and Practices Commission in Oregon, we're talking to you.
Yeah, but there's also, first of all, one of the worst states in the country to work in as a teacher is North Carolina.
Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, I mean, there was a long time that our salaries were like 49th in the country.
Oh no.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on here politically that when it comes to education, and I just feel like, at this point, my license renewal, that is like the least of my worries as far as
Exactly.
like things that I have beef with about education. So,
Especially because you're probably in a tenure pool, aren't you?
no, they
Oh,
took away tenure.
oh, interesting. We don't have it either because we're a charter school, so we don't have that or a union or anything like that.
No, we don't have a union, and they took away tenure like 1 year before I was supposed to get it.
Oh, snaps.
Yeah, so I sign a new contract every year, and that's fine. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, we do the same.
So, but as of right now, it is shaping up to be a fairly decent school year. I just have this little kind of, you know, I have this little evaluation that I have to be. It's keeping me on my toes. Let's just
I
put it
bet.
that way.
Yeah,
And having to do with planning and keeping myself planned. Um, one of the things that we talked about with Heather was planner piece.
right.
And she mentioned that she didn't really believe in planner piece, and you kind of agreed. And I am kind of in a place where I have found the system that works for me.
Yay.
Yes. And, whether we believe in planner piece or not,
Hmm.
I'm finally in a place where I've got my planner for work exactly the way I want it. I've got my home life planner exactly the way I want it. And I'm utilizing my mini exactly the way I need to.
That's fun.
So, yeah. So, before I get into all of that, you said that you are a little bit planner ADD.
Yeah, and again, I don't mean to like make light. I know ADHD is a real thing, so
No,
don't
I
come
have
don't
that.
come for me.
No, I totally have that. Like
It's
I've
just a way to describe it, I guess, because like I like to play with planners and I like to try the new things, and Mambi just keeps coming out with new products, and I just keep going to Michael's, and I don't believe in no spends either. That's probably my problem right there. Um but I keep trying all their new things, and so I just have a little bit of I want to try it all. I want a little bit of it all. But I do have a pretty fantastic system that's Franken planned to the max right now.
okay, so didn't you just like kind of revamp your planner?
Yes, I did yesterday. So, just a shameless plug on creating chaos in YouTube. There's a shopping blog, and I went to Michael's and spent just under like probably $400 on
I
planner
watched
supplies.
that video. Oh my gosh, your Michaels looks fantastic.
Isn't that's a pretty one? And that one's actually not my Michaels. I took my planner addiction to a new level and crossed the state line to get my planner stuff.
Where did you go?
So Portland is about a 20-minute drive over the bridge to Vancouver, Washington. So I just hopped over the river and then went into Vancouver. So really, like, kind of an over-exaggeration, but makes a good thumbnail.
Girl, when you said Vancouver, why did this not geography teacher think that you were in Canada?
If I was in Canada, I would have been on Renee's doorstep.
I just don't understand why I thought all day long that you were in Canada, but Vancouver is not Canada.
Well, I could have driven to Vancouver. Like, I could do it, but it would have taken me all day.
But what's over there? Victoria.
Yeah, it's across the border. I think you have to take a ferry to Victoria, though. All of my Canadian babes let me know.
Okay, so I'm not wrong in that they both start with a V.
Pretty sure. Yeah, but there is a Vancouver, Canada, and there is also a Vancouver, Washington.
Wait, there's a Vancouver, Canada?
Yes.
Oh, so I'm not like totally crazy.
You're not wrong at all. I did not specify. That was probably my problem. But I did drive to Vancouver, Washington, not Vancouver, BC, to pick up some new planner supplies. And I think I might have mistakenly paid some tax as well, because Oregon doesn't have sales tax.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we have income tax.
Okay, so I need to move to Oregon for sure.
Yeah, we also don't pump our own gas.
That's right. That is so weird to me.
It's amazing.
No, that would suck so bad.
Why?
Because what do you just sit there and wait till somebody comes out?
They are usually right there. They're like hanging around, the attendants.
Okay, because I mean, I'm not saying that I have a thing for pumping gas. I just
You don't like take a number and they're like, oh, we'll be with you in 20 minutes. No, there's usually like enough people. You're in and out, but you don't have to like get wet. Your hands don't smell like gas. Like, I'm all about it.
Okay. Normally I'm in such a hurry when I pump gas that I cannot imagine having to like sit there and wait for somebody else to do it. I just, oh my gosh. And I would be so embarrassed if I was like, I'm only getting $3.
Yeah. I don't know. I just put it on the credit card if I'm in that situation.
So anyway, well, that's cool. I mean, if you like, if you like it, then
I love it.
Well, I mean, have you ever, I mean, obviously you've pumped gas before.
I have actually never physically pumped gas. So I didn't get my driver's license until I was 21, for whatever reason. And then I got married at 24. And so pretty much every time I'm driving and I need to get gas somewhere where it's not Oregon, Brian's with me. And so he does it. It's just kind of a thing.
Wow. So well, it's not hard to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could figure it out, but I've never done it.
Okay, so tell me more about your trip to Michael's.
Okay, so I went to Michael's. I got like just shy of $400 of planner supplies, but I got the new seasonal. Oh my gosh, that horizontal seasonal planner. I cannot.
Oh.
So excited.
Let me ask you about that planner. So the cover of that, is that like enamel pins?
It looks like it because it's like gold foiled. So on the cover, there's a planner, there's some hats, there's like shoes, but it does look like enamel pins is what it looks like.
Okay, because every time I see a picture of it on the internet, I'm like, are there supposed to be enamel pins? Because if so, then that's super cute, and I think I'm going to buy that planner too.
Yes. But if I'm honest, I only bought it for the covers, the first page, like the intro page, and then the notes sheet at the end. And then I'm using the horizontal sheets I have like a reading tracker thing in my health and wellness section. So she's all ripped apart and frankenplanned with my homebody, which I actually also love. So I am feeling planner peace.
All right. So tell me everything from start to finish. Like, what is your planner setup?
That's in here?
Yeah.
Do we have time for that?
Yeah, that's like my favorite thing to hear about. Like, what's working for you?
Okay. So it's starting at the cover. It's the cover of that seasonal planner. Then I have grocery lists. Then I have the intro page from the seasonal planner. Then I redated October, November, and December from a homebody planner. So I'm starting it now. And then I have January and February from the homebody planner. Then I have the home extension pack, all the little sections. So that's chores, meal plans, budget, projects. And then I have my health and wellness section. So I have 1 month, so starting in January, from the new wellness planner. And then I have the weekly check-in sheets, the wellness check-in sheets, which I love. And then
Yeah, I know. I need to hunt those down.
yes, I think they're still on the Mambi website. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I need to look.
Okay, looking now. And then I have 1 week of the Teresa Collins guided journal in my wellness section. And then I have 1 month of the horizontal planner for my reading tracker. Then I have a social media section, and I have a year at a glance. I think that one came out of the horizontal planner.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have then I have the social media sheets, and then I have just a divider with some paper behind it.
Oh, okay. So you have a lot of stuff going on.
I do. I keep everything in one planner. I am a true Franken planner.
And do you use expander discs or just classic?
Nope, I'm on classic because I only keep like 1 or 2 months of each section in there.
Okay, so it's not like 400 pounds.
No, it's not. It's pretty heavy, and it's like kind of to the end of the discs, but it's not too bad.
So, yeah, because one of the things that I like a chunky mini, but I don't want for my classic to be super chunky.
Yeah. And typically I'm the same way, but I'm rationalizing it in my head because the October, November, and December are going to come out once we start the new planner, and then I'll just have like 2 months at a time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So what is your setup right now?
Okay, so it's funny because, one of the things that people always say is like, if it ain't broke, right?
Yes.
So last night I got this wild hair, and I was like, okay, so I love the cover of Happy Hostess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my Stargazer with the blue discs, which I cannot stop looking at.
It's so pretty.
Seriously, there has never been a time when I have not like been jonesing to like change out my discs. But right now I look at these and I feel really sad when I look at them.
Oh no, why?
Because I know that in like 3 months I'm gonna be like, okay, blue discs, go away, and I'm just not gonna have, because I'm like you, like I change things up so much, but I really want to just kind of be happy with the setup that I have.
Well, there is another release coming in December, so good luck. Good luck being happy.
Why did you have to say that?
I'm just saying. I just have to keep it real. I keeps it real over here.
How can there be another release? I mean, do they not know that those of us that do the Hello Happy podcast are tired?
Well, those of us who listen to the Hello Happy podcast are loving this.
Oh my gosh, I know. When we were talking about this most recent release, Shonda and I were both just like, man, we are exhausted. Like, this is like we decided we're going to start a Happy Planner podcast. Are we going to have enough stuff to talk about? And my gosh, they have a new release like once a month, so we're constantly.
And I feel like there's more like than there has ever been. Like they are just popping them out like 19 kids and counting pops out babies.
Yes, that's so true. So right now, what I have going on, and I'll try not to like make a whole bunch of noise flipping through my planner, but so I have the Stargazer cover, the one that is blue and white and green and silver, not the stars, but the one.
Silver discs would be pretty on that too for when you had to change them.
Yeah, I thought about that, or maybe even like an alternating, like blue, silver, blue, silver. I thought that would be kind of cute too. But it says, "You have so much magic within you." That is the quote that's on the front.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
It makes me so happy to read that. So immediately when you open up my planner, like the very first page is my morning routine and my evening routine written on a mini sheet, like a blank mini sheet. So like all the things that I want to do like in the morning, and then all the things that I want to do in the evening as far as self-care and like getting myself ready for bed or ready to get out the door.
Do you actually do an evening routine and a morning routine? Do you stick to that every day?
Not every day, but this is my goal. My mornings are like wash your face, put on your makeup, do your hair, get dressed. I mean, a lot of times it's like get up and get dressed.
Right. Because you've snoozed too many times, you're out of time.
Yes, because I slept way too long to wash my face, do my makeup, do my hair. It's like if I managed to get to work with clothes on, then I did it. Yeah, and I also find it very important to have my teeth brushed.
Hmm. Yeah, that's it. That's definitely important.
So I have that on the morning routine, but if I have to cut off the morning routine, then I cut it off like, okay, I'm not going to do my hair or my makeup, but I'm going to get dressed and I'm going to brush my teeth and I'm going to
Yeah.
have coffee and I'm going to pack my lunch. Like
And
those
maybe
are the
deodorant
things.
if you're not going to shower.
Well, I've got deodorant in a drawer in my classroom.
Perfect. You're set.
Yeah, so if I notice that I'm like really, needing something, I'll pull out the deodorant from my drawer in my classroom. And then I also have in my morning routine feed the animals because I'm the only person that's up super early in the morning. And if I don't feed the animals before I leave, then they will drive everyone else that's in the house crazy.
But I think maybe they deserve that a little bit. Maybe you should just leave them every once in a week, or like once in a
Well,
while.
yeah, sometimes if I'm running super late, I'll just say to my husband, I'm not doing the animals today. You're going to have to take care of it. But most mornings, I will let both of the dogs outside and I feed them and then they go out and then they stay outside until my husband and the kids leave for work. So they get like a good 2.5 hours to play
Hmm.
outside. And then I feed the cat because the cat will stand at the door and cry until somebody feeds
Oh.
him. I mean, like he just, yeah, so he's got to have something. And then I have my evening routine, which is like, take a shower, brush my teeth. Sometimes the teeth is not just brushing my teeth.
Right.
Sometimes I like to whiten them with whitening strips. I kind of have
Ooh.
I have a real problem. Like I love to use a whitening strip.
Oh,
Um,
those are good. I've never actually used them. I think I need to try them because I got coffee teeth.
No, I love them so much. So anyway, that's just the first page. So let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Um, so then I have after that my fall bucket list that I just made.
Nice.
That's got all the things on it that I want to get done in the fall. And then on the back of that page, I have the fall TV lineup.
Ooh, that's smart. That's a good one.
So I have like this, it's in like little sections like show, channel, and the date that it's premiering. So I have all the shows that I like to watch and when they're coming back,
Nice.
which is this week. Like everything's coming back this week. So
Yes,
super
I have a
exciting.
show coming back this week too.
Oh, yeah. What's your show?
Young Sheldon, because I need a Big Bang
Oh,
Theory fix.
oh, that's so sweet. I've never seen that show, but
It's pretty good.
I've heard that it's pretty good. Well, I mean, I watch way too many things, so I needed to kind of like lay this out.
Mhm.
Then I have one of those. I guess it's from the Memory Keeper line, but it's classic sized. It's like pocket page protector. Um,
Mm.
but it's sectioned off, so I've got like a picture of myself with my son, a picture of myself with my daughter, some like
Oh,
little fun like quote cards from We Are Memory Keepers. Anyway,
yeah, super
it's
cute.
sweet. It's sweet, pretty stuff. Then I
Hmm.
have the Hello Stargazer page that I
Hmm.
hand lettered my name badly.
No, your hand lettering is cute.
Oh, well, this looks pretty rough. Like I think I'm gonna take some white paper and like a piece of washi and try again. But anyway, it's fine. Then there's obviously the year at a glance, the 2020 and 2021, which is, I don't care that 2019 is not there.
Right.
Um, and then I filled out when I moved into this planner, I took how they've been putting that like perpetual calendar at the beginning of all the planners.
Hmm.
So I took that out of the Stargazer and all of the stuff that I had written on the other one, I just moved it into the Stargazer one. So
Perfect.
then you get into September and it's the first month of Stargazer and I have my monthly and all my checklists, which I filled out. I copied them from my other one so that I could have Stargazer in here for all of September as well.
Hmm.
So I have September, October. I've got 4 months of Stargazer in here, and I actually have started planning like well into November.
Yay, that's
Yes,
exciting.
yeah. So I have stuff, and I redated. I redated September through December of the
Hmm.
Stargazer, and then I have another one so that I can start again in January.
Yay.
Yeah, so that's exciting. So then my second section of my planner is my social media / podcasting section,
Hmm.
and it is a horizontal layout.
Hmm.
And for some reason, that works for me. So the monthly page that goes with that, I have things like Hello Happy drops at 3 a.m. and Spiced Chaos drops at 3 a.m. Like I have like what date I need to upload things, and just anything podcast related is written on that monthly sheet. And then all of our show notes and anything that has to do with podcasting. And then occasionally I'll write on here something like, it's Mini Mania Monday and you need to post this, or I'll drop something in here that's not podcast related but is social media. So this is where I keep up with my social media.
Nice.
And then I have section 3, which is all about me and wellness and gratitude and journaling and that kind of stuff. So the monthly, this is the, what is it, Amy Tangerine?
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
I have the Amy Tangerine vertical planner, and every day I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. And I like that I still have this in here because I can still do vertical spreads. But I don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to fit my plans onto the vertical spread because I have all of my plans over in the monthly section. So
Perfect.
I can do all these beautiful vertical spreads, and then I just write my gratitude down on it. So it's, and then the monthly section of that is where I write down what I had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and how many steps I took every day.
Oh, that's awesome. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I like your setup.
Yeah, I know. And then after that, this is the last bit. And then after that, I have the Wrong DeVoe horizontal planner. I've got 2 months of that back here, and that's where I journal.
Nice.
So what I have done, and this is the first time that I've done this, but I found journaling prompts. I sent you a picture today, remember?
Yes. Let me check
Yes.
my text messages.
So what I did was I found
Oh yeah,
no,
I got.
prompts.
Yeah, this is good. And all color coded and super cute.
I know. I found 31 days worth of journaling prompts, and I wrote them into the monthly so that I could prompt myself every day with a journal entry. So I'm super excited to start that in October. And then the last bit of the planner is just like blank, empty paper, just like for notes and stuff. So
yeah, totally.
It's perfect, Caitlin.
Yay, she sounds perfect. You got some good planners in there. You've got Wrong, you have Amy Tangerine, you have Stargazer.
Yes.
You have all the things.
Yes. And do you remember that planner that came out that had that matching bag?
Yes, the Jujube one.
Yes, the Jujube one. That's my social media is in the Jujube
cute
mom horizontal planner, which I love so much. But I've only got like 4 months left in it, so
cute. They're doing another mom one. There are 2 of them actually. I think there's a Jujube one that's coming back out, and a like mom something. What's the title of that one? It's a dashboard, but.
Well, and see, what I was trying to do last night, I was actually kind of, like I said, I got a wild hair, and I was like, maybe I'll move all of my wellness over into another planner. And I was going to use the Pretty Happy Hostess planner because it's
right.
But I just couldn't do it. Like I moved it all, and then I realized that I wasn't happy, so I put it all back.
Yeah, that Happy Hostess is calling, but oh man, I don't know what I would do with it.
Yeah, I can't come up with any use for the actual planner.
I feel like that too. I feel like I would just steal the covers off of it and never use them like I did with Miss Maker last year. I was like, I love this and I need it, but I didn't.
Well, I bought it and I can't stop looking at it. It is so beautiful, but I don't know what I'm going to use that planner for at all. So
That's how I am with Stargazer. I bought a Stargazer and she's just sitting there staring at me. I have no idea what to do with it.
Beautiful baby. Just send her to me because I want to use Stargazer for the rest of my life.
I will. I'll send her right over to North Carolina. I have a package going for you anyways.
I have a box right now that's like slowly accumulating things that are going to be for you. So that's
exactly.
So I know. But one of these days I'll actually mail that.
Right, I know. It takes a lot of effort to go to the post office.
It really does. But, there's so many girls in the planner community that are so good about sending out happy mail.
I know, right?
And I wish that I had, I wish that I was like that. But I did Disc Love. I did one of the most recent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did one of the most recent Disc Love runs. And if you don't know what Disc Love is, it's when you take your Happy Planner discs and you have like yourself, I think there's 10 girls in a group.
Yeah, I think 7 to 9 is what they said.
Okay, so and then you you like write a sweet like message on the disc, and then you mail out, 9 discs to 9 different girls, and everybody ends up with a whole set of discs that's got like sweet affirmation kind of messages on them.
Super cute.
And it's been so much fun. But I had my disc love done for like a week and a half, and it just like it went with me in my bag for like a week and a half until I finally made it to the post office.
I know. I'm in a disc glove right now, and I need to mail them tomorrow because we're closing in on a week, and I have to get that in the mail.
Well, I feel okay about it because I got them in the mail yesterday, and there's still like 3 that haven't shown up.
Oh, okay. So you're not the last one.
I'm not the last
You're okay
one.
if you're not the last one.
Yeah, I'm okay. So I'm not the last one. But anyway, well, it sounds like we're really doing great in our planners. Like, this is so exciting.
Oh, but it's because of this new release, and I can't stop staring at my gorgeous seasonal cover. She's so pretty.
Well, and it matches the homebody colors so well. Like, it's the perfect combo.
But now I need lavender classic metal discs.
Well, I feel like I have 2 sets of those. If I have
box. I almost bought the pineapple planner, the student one, last night on eBay just for the discs.
Really?
I almost did it.
Okay, so I have 2 of the pineapple planner with the purple discs because I wanted enough discs to make a big planner with lavender discs. So let me just look and see how many lavender discs I have, because I found the purple pineapple stuff on clearance at Target like right after that release was over. So that's how I got all my purple discs. So let me just look. So I'm trying to think if we're super happy in our planners right now, then, I mean, why are we still buying stuff, Caitlin?
Because Stephanie Fleming and all of the people at the Happy Planner, they know how to work us. They are like our freaking drug dealers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just come back over. I've got some new stuff. I've got some good stuff."
Yeah, I know. I've got to get all of those.
Itching and scratching.
I've got to get all of those seasonal. I've got 3 of the seasonal sticker books, but I'm still missing winter.
Oh, so, you are. The winter one is cute. I would definitely say get it.
Oh, I'm going to get it. And I'm also going to get an extra copy of each one because I am deep into the fall one. Like I am about to exhaust that fall book.
Yes, I need to go back, but I'm going to wait till they're on sale.
So, well, I guess we should talk about our currently pages.
Yes.
So I know that last weekend you were planning to go to the Fig Festival.
Yes.
What are you planning now?
Well, I have, like I was saying, I have open house for my school on Friday, and it's a bit of a drive. So I live, for those of you who are Oregon familiar, I live in Portland, and I have to drive south down the I-5 to Mill City, Oregon, which is a tiny little town. If you know where Mill City is, props to you, but it's about a half an hour southeast of Salem, so that gives you some point of reference. But I have to drive there, and I have to wear my Avid t-shirt, and I have to like pack my snacks. So there's a lot that I'm planning and prepping for open house.
Wow. And see, for me, open house is something that I just like survive.
See, it's a full day, like for us, because it's from 8:30 to 3:30, and from 8:30 to 12, we have a staff meeting, like a face-to-face staff meeting, and then from 12 to 3, we're at different booths, and then the kids like come around and say hi to us and like see what our school has to offer. They get to be social with other students. It's so much fun.
So you like it?
I love it.
And do a lot of people show up?
Oh, yeah, it's a requirement for all the teachers. We do get mostly, I would say, because we're a K-12 program, we do get mostly elementary and middle school kids. There's not a ton of high school kids that show up, but it is really cool for them to get to see each other like face-to-face, because it can be, depending on like your situation, it can be a little bit isolating to not be face-to-face all the time.
Well, and see, when we have open house, because I am high school, like, I just barely get, 5 kids. I mean,
right.
Especially because we've been face to face every day since the end of August.
Right.
So they're not like trying to come back to school at nighttime after they've just been in the room with me all day.
And you're their elective teacher, right? So maybe it's not like a priority, whereas like if they have a failing grade in math, they might be there.
Yes. Well, open house is not the time though, like to discuss your failing grade in math. So
got it.
Right. Like, I don't know if you and your students will actually discuss their conduct and their grades and things like that at open house, but like
If they want to.
well, we are told this is not time for a conference.
Oh, got it.
Yes, like that's what our administration always says. It's like, this is not conference time. This is just greet the teacher and talk about your curriculum. And then if they want to schedule like a private conference where they can talk about their particular student, then you can do that. But nobody ever wants to do that. I can't remember
Right.
the last time I had a parent teacher conference.
Exactly. Yeah. I get a lot more. I think have some scheduled, but so part of our communication with students is like a daily or weekly conference with teachers. Like I have my kids on a like 6-week rotation. So every kid should get a call every like, I don't know, 21 days or something like that because we don't have them face to face.
Okay, and do you call the student or do you call the parent?
Depends on the kid. Some kids, like, they have their own cell phone a lot of times, so I will call them if I'm just talking about school, but some parents have expressed that, like, they want me to call them first or that they want, like, a update via email after I talk to their kid or something like that, so it really just depends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I am going to look into it, Caitlin. Like, I think
You
I am going to look
should.
into this online teaching thing because maybe if this could be my last year in a brick and mortar, what?
Yeah, brick and mortar.
Brick and mortar school.
Yes, inside the walls.
Brick and mortar school. If this could be my last year inside those walls, oh my gosh, Caitlin, there's an adorable little squirrel like right out my window.
Oh.
Yeah, he is like really excited. His tail is just
Oh.
going crazy.
Send your dogs outside real quick and see what happens.
Yeah, it's nature hour on Spiced Chaos. Well, I'm trying to think like
segment.
yeah, our next segment is what's outside of the window.
Oh, geez.
Oh, so I'm trying to think like what am I planning?
Oh, yeah, what are you planning?
Okay, well, I just have to say, and those of you that listen to Hello Happy may have already heard me say this, but I'm going to say it again because I'm so proud of myself. I am planning a life I love, Caitlin.
Oh, yes, girl, get it.
And, you know, I don't have any kinds of like major plans coming up in the future that we're like, you know, doing any preparation for.
Mm-hmm.
But what I have started to notice is that now that I am like super peaceful in my planner, if I write it in my planner, I will get it done.
Oh, perfect. That's the best feeling ever.
Yes. So one of the things that I have been, you know, noticing about myself is that with all of these fun ventures, podcast, Instagram, you know, all of the things that I have going on outside of my 9-to-5 job, is that I haven't been as present at home with my family as I would like to be.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I have started doing is just putting it in my planner that, you know, these 2 hours are specified for, you know, this task or this thing with my children, or these 2 hours are like specified for like husband time, or you know what I mean? Like, and I know that it's sad to feel like that I have to schedule in like every single part of my life. But right now, with as much stuff as I have going on and trying to do such a great job at work and trying to do a great job with this content creator life
Yep.
that I have, you know, I actually have had people send me a DM and say, like, how are you managing to do all of this stuff? You know,
Because you're amazing.
Well, I don't want to say that. It's because I have a great planner.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, we are a Planner Girl podcast. Hello Happy is a happy planner podcast. I am using the products and they are working for me.
Yes.
And, you know, one of the things that I, you know, have noticed is that if I'm writing it in my planner and I'm scheduling an event, then I seem to get it done.
Perfect.
So,
yeah, that's great.
You know, one of the things that I am planning is time with my children. And, you know, I look at them and I think I'm going to miss their childhood because I'm trying so hard to like do this hustle.
Yeah.
And I do think that it's valuable for them to see their mom, you know, have so much going on that I'm, you know, this, what I call like a boss babe or whatever. Like, I know that I mean, it's definitely a positive thing for them to see, you know, that I have dreams and goals and nothing is holding me back and I'm, charging headfirst into this. But at the same time, like I miss them and I need to, be very present. And there's things that I've noticed about myself. I'm always the mom that has no idea what's going on.
Oh, really? Like, as far as, like, can you tell me a little bit more about that? What do you mean?
Like what's going on at school. Like, oh
Oh,
crap,
got
today
it.
was picture day and they didn't go dressed in like their picture day clothes.
Oh,
Or oh my gosh, today was PJ day and they went in regular clothes and then they felt stupid because they weren't in their pajamas. Or it's crazy sock day, or it's dressed like a Dr. Seuss character day, or you know what I mean? Like
right.
all these little things that you have when your kids are in elementary school that you need to remember.
Hmm.
So I have decided that I'm not going to be the mom that doesn't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
And I already have picture day written in my planner. I already have it written in my planner to buy new clothes for picture day, like 4 or 5
Perfect.
days in advance. Like I'm planning out every little thing. And then, so my daughter in her class this year, they have a guinea pig,
Oh, that's sweet.
and the guinea pig's name is Peppermint.
Oh,
And I think that's so cute.
that's
But
adorable.
she really wanted for us to sign up to be one of the families to take Peppermint home for the weekend.
Oh, no.
Well, you know what? I just decided to say yes.
I'm speaking from experience. I'm glad that you decided to say yes. But side note, we took a guinea pig home when Delilah was in fourth grade, and we learned that she was allergic to guinea pigs that weekend.
No.
Yeah. And it was just a mess. Like, it likes to kick its little stuff out of the cage, and I could not do it again. I'm glad that we did it because Delilah liked being a part of the class in that way. So I'll give you mad props there, but be prepared that it's going to be some work.
Okay, well, we signed up for 2 different weekends.
Oh, well, have fun.
Yes, because normally when they send sign-ups home, I
Hmm.
ignore them.
Oh, no.
Like
They
if
should have
there's a,
these signups via text, I feel like.
well, this was a digital sign-up. Like all I had to
Yeah.
do was log into a
Oh,
place. But remembering how to get, like remembering my login to this
right.
hub
That's
where
why I'm
they
saying it
have,
should just be a text.
yeah, so there is a website called Sign Up Genius.
Oh, yeah, we use that for Harrison's preschool.
And sometimes they use that, and sometimes they just use like the online signups through this hub where all the news comes out for each class.
Hmm.
So I never know from like one sign up to the next where I'm supposed to find the sign up. So a lot of times I just kind of like ignore it and let it go.
Yeah.
And when she said, "Could you please sign us up to bring home Peppermint?" I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to actually hunt down this sign up." So I found it and I signed up, and we're bringing home Peppermint on October 11th.
Yay! Well, have fun with your guinea
So,
pig experience. Let me know how it
yes.
goes.
So I guess, is that something that I'm planning? I'm planning to have the guinea pig at home.
Yes, that totally counts.
Oh my gosh. So, but yeah, I think that I'm finally getting my life together and I feel like I'm killing it. And I'm super proud of myself. So this has been like a horn tooting kind of episode. Like, yes, let's toot
Toot,
those
toot,
horns.
toot, 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 toot,
Toot,
toot.
toot, 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 toot. So
Well, I
what
think
are you
this.
feeling? What are you feeling right now, Caitlin?
Oh, feeling. Do we have to talk about? I'm just kidding.
We're
Uh,
gonna talk about feelings
yes,
now.
yes. I don't know. I'm just feeling. I don't know, because the school year has kind of settled down and like my kids are pretty much settled into school. I guess I'm just feeling really peaceful about everything. Like, it just feel pretty chill.
Well, that's a good way to feel.
Yeah, how about you? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling content.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I'm feeling very content right now. Like I really love everything that's in my life, and I don't feel like that there's a whole lot of excess that I need to trim. Um, there's habits that I would like to form that I think that I can, I've kind of got a handle on how to start working on those things. And
Mhm.
yeah, content. Like my marriage is good, my kids are good, my job is good, my pests are good. Everything is
Yay.
feeling,
Yeah.
yeah, everything is feeling. And I'm not like trying to say, y'all, my podcasts are good.
Right.
Like I'm trying to say like I'm happy with where I am
Well, they are good. They are really
in
good.
the progress of the shows. Like I really love doing this with you and I like podcasting with Shonda and it's all so much fun. So
That is fun.
Oh,
I think it's time to do what we said and go play with our kids and make dinner, whatever we're doing. So
yeah.
I'm gonna tell everybody what Spice has going on. So you can find
Oh,
you can find Spice over on the Instagram at SpicedPlans and on the YouTubes, and you can find her on Hello Happy. And I think that's all the things. And of course, here, Spice Chaos on the Instagram that attaches with us. So, Spice
yes.
Chaos Podcast.
One of these days, one of us is going to put something on Spice Chaos
I
podcast
think you
Instagram.
already put one thing. You're winning.
Yeah, there's one thing. There's
Yep.
one thing up there. And we have like 165 followers over there.
I know. We need to start posting.
We need to start posting things. So I'm just going to start posting like random things that I see that's funny.
Do it.
So if you guys are looking for any kind of particular content from the Spiced Chaos podcast Instagram, I don't really know yet what that's going to look like. So
We should have taken a screenshot of when we were looking really fabulous before when we had our webcams on.
oh my gosh, you know what? I have those now like saved in this recording.
Oh, good. That's great.
So I definitely think that our selfie, our
Oh,
front-facing
no.
camera pictures are definitely the best. That should definitely go up there. So
Oh, be afraid. Be afraid, all of you guys.
yes, be afraid, guys, because the way we looked when we first said hello today was super scary.
Right.
Oh, so if you guys don't already know, you can find Caitlin on YouTube at Creating in Chaos, and it is a fantastic YouTube channel that you can legitimately just turn on and leave on and just let her videos play and
Oh.
plan in your planner and just feel so like you're just chilling with a friend while you're planning. Like her videos are so awesome.
Oh, that was sweet. Thank you.
Well, that's how I feel. Like sometimes, even if I've seen your videos, I'll watch one. Like if you have a new one, I'll watch the new one.
Hmm.
And then I'll be in the craft room, planning or messing around, and I just let it go. Like I just kind of let whatever comes on next come on, and I just listen to your voice while I hang out in my. That sounded really creepy. I'm sorry.
No, that's perfect. I love that. But thank you for contributing the 1/4 of the penny for for each of your views.
Yeah, so I just kind of let it play, and then I look up and I'm like, I've watched 29 Creating in Chaos videos.
Get it.
Yeah, so you can also find her at Creating in Chaos _official on the Instagram. And she has a great Instagram, and it's not just pictures of her planner. She always like puts in pictures of her real life and stuff like that, which I love. So is there anywhere else that they can find you besides Spiced Chaos too? Obviously they can find you here.
That's it. I do have a Patreon that attaches to my Creating in Chaos stuff. So if you want to donate $1 and get some bonus content over there, you can come party with us.
Yes, sign up for her Patreon because occasionally she'll send Happy Mail.
Yes, I do that.
Yes, she will send out Happy Mail to people who are signed up for the Patreon. So that's if you want some sloppy seconds from Caitlin.
Yeah, that's from my create from not from my creations, from my collection of the things that didn't quite make the cut. So you get to have my
You're like,
leftovers.
this is not going to contribute to my planner piece. I'm going to send this to some random stranger that
Well,
pays me $1.
otherwise it accumulates. Like I was putting it on like the free group or like taking it to the planner meetups before, and like I cannot keep that stuff. But
No,
sometimes something that works for or doesn't work for me might work for somebody else. So
you're absolutely right. And I totally need to do that. And just an update on the plum paper planner.
ooh,
Not one person sent a DM that they wanted that plum paper
no,
planner. I told you that nobody was going to want that thing.
I
And
know we're
it's,
like trying to break into all these other planner markets, but really our viewers are just like hardcore happy planner people.
well, honestly, let me send you the plum paper planner that doesn't have, the stuff that I've not written on. There's, 11 months
What
of
about
a
that
plum
one
paper
girl that you
planner.
were talking to? You had some Instagram friend who is a plum paper person.
Oh my gosh, Pilar Plans. I love
Yeah,
her so much. Maybe
DM
I'll
her. I
ask
bet
her
she
if she
wants
wants
it.
it.
I
Yeah.
bet she.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, you know where to find us, and you know that you can send us a DM or an email anytime you want to, and just chat and say hi and just anything that you want to say, just as long as it's nice.
Yep, I answer all my DMs from everybody.
Yes, and I do the best that I can. I am definitely trying to do better with my sharing things on Instagram, and I think that I've scheduled a little bit of time every day when I'm sitting in the carpool line for like engagement and stuff like that. Because I mean, I'm at a place where I have to kind of schedule all that kind of stuff. So
Totally hear that.
yeah, but anyway, this has been awesome, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We love you.
Thank you.
Yes, we love you so much. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yep.
Bye.
See you there. Bye.